was intense right there, wasn't it? What's going on, everybody? It's December 23rd, and we have video out last night, but I hate when videos end and the project didn't get finished. That's what I don't like, but yeah, we got the BMW all finished up last night. Here it is. Got the front end fixed on it and everything done, so everything turned out pretty nice. No problems. I'd give her a scale of 1 to 10, probably a 10, but it's done. We drove it last night. Runs perfect, drives perfect. There she is. Enjoy. All right, it's the day after Christmas, Thursday. Back to business. Actually, I worked on it yesterday too. I've been putting it off, but I can't really proceed all the way till I take the cab off, because I'm going to box the frame, redo the frame, and I'm going to set the cab back down on a beautiful black frame with brake lines, fuel lines, stuff like that run. That way I don't have to get back under it. What we're going to do is box the frame, paint the frame. We'll just use tractor paint and hardener, couple coats. After I get done boxing it, I got to go get steel tomorrow, so that's probably what I'll do. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to box the frame, take the cab off, go all the way, finish the motor mounts, put the 400-208 in, build cross members for that, get drive shafts measured and made, put the cab back on, flip the cab on its back, clean and paint the bottom of the frame, flip it back and forth, make room for the transfer case, build a new hump. There's a lot to do, but that's the stages we're going to do. I'm just working around in circles. I've already boxed that other frame rail. You can see that. It's looking pretty good. It's a lot of work, but Blazer frames, I just like the look. I don't like the dip down of the Blazer frames and the Chevy frames on body swaps. I don't really personally think they look good. I like the way that frame is straight, up off the ground. You won't even see it when we're done. When we got the running boards back on it, the fenders back on it, you won't even see the frame. It'll just all be clean. We'll have wood floor, nice wood in the bed. That's what we're going to do. The excavator's been down and out. It got cold and the battery died on it, probably original battery. So I put a new battery in it. We use that here at the campground. That's a campground piece of machinery. I got my little guy paid off, so that's an asset for the rest of my life. Little Kubota diesel in that thing, and you guys have seen me use that. I use that about on every project. But today we're going to roll it out. I already got straps, equal length straps, wrapped around the pillars, wrapped around the doors 3 times. These are lifting straps. We're going to pull it out. We're going to get this up in the air. We're going to lift it up, roll the frame back in. We'll put the body over here out of the way, up off the ground. And we're going to try to do this as quickly as possible because we want to get moving on the van. So I want to try to get the grinding and welding on this frame done here Thursday, Friday, into next week. Next week will be another holiday week, so I'll work on it. By the end of next week, I want to be painting this frame with the body set back on it and the van in there. I got the Dana 60 in there for the van. We're going to clean that up, clean the springs up, paint everything, get it all looking new. Got the Chevy here looking bad, but Dana 60 is going to roll under the Chevy. Lots of stuff going on. We're doing a lot of moves, but as long as I can stay active. None of it's affordable, so I just got to stay active, doing things that don't cost much. I traded a set of wheels and tires for that axle, so I don't have really no money in that. Money under the bridge. Old tires I had for a while, so really I didn't spend any money yet, which will allow me to spend money. And then on her truck, I bought that parts truck, blue Chevy, broke in half, and those are the axles. I didn't buy it for the axles. I bought it for the transmission transfer case and stuff, but these axles, actually I did buy it for the axles, but for the van, but they were too rough. The front axle's too rough, but it'll work good in here. So using what I got. We did our first winch up on this guy. You'll see that. And then Wyatt's truck has got the motor in it. We just got to finish plumbing and everything else. So while I'm doing the grinding on that, I'm going to get his truck back in there so I can finish working on that. Take advantage of this weather. This weather, it's a little chilly, but as long as you stay working, it don't bother you at all. So that's what we're doing. Let me grab a tripod, roll this baby out. We'll get it lifted off and keep moving. When I was a kid, my dad took me to the first few, he took me over to Marion County, Indiana to a four-wheel jamboree. And I'm talking early 80s. I got pictures of me standing next to the monster trucks. Some of them were street trucks back then. And that was like the evolution then. So every time I look at this, I understand where I'm getting my inspiration from. I remember being at the gas pump in the mid-80s at Indy over there. And a truck pulled up to the gas pump, and it had, I think it was Cyclops, because it had 8 skinny tractor tires on it, and it was driving it to get gas. That blew my mind. So if you ever wonder why I build stuff like I build, it's all like Bigfoot, Gravedigger, with a little mix of wrestling as a kid. And I don't really watch any of that stuff anymore, but I'm playing it out my own way. So we'll fire up the beast, hook it and book it. It's unbolted, steering column's out. So shouldn't take much but a memory. All right, these are the scariest moments of your life. Will you drop it or will you not drop it? You better film it. So I'd hate to drop it and not film it. We already got our straps here. All right, there she is. No problem. Didn't hurt it at all. Now a man can work. See, my front brackets ain't even, they just got one bolt holding those in. Now I can do some work. Now I can get in here and level everything up, straighten it all up. Nothing's in my way. I got to remember for my cab mount bolts, they go through the frame. So I either got to weld nuts in there, which is scary, or I got to, which I probably should have done before I took it off, or I just got to go for it, which is what I normally do. I just go for it. Exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. This is like the origins of Gravedigger, the origins of Bigfoot, USA 1. Just some guy out in his driveway doing it while his neighbors ain't doing nothing. He's out here doing it. Look at that. This is exciting. We got so much going on around here. It's hard not to be excited. Push it back in the garage and get back to work. I always take this opportunity to clean the garage, all the dust and stuff real quick. Take 20 minutes, take a little break, put on some music, sweep it up, keep moving. If your garage is clean, your brain it'll help your brain, trust me. So that's what I'm doing. This is exciting. Blank canvas, 3/4 ton, rear end's in. We're going to build some more braces. I'm going to build a 3-link traction bar that goes up to my Mega Cross member. You'll be able to wheel this truck when we're done, whether we keep it or sell it. You will be able to off-road it a little bit, like your basic standard Jeep or anything like that. Frame might be a little stiff from the flexing, but it'll go. So every day's a Saturday around here. All right, what's going on? Wednesday, December 25th. Hope you all survived it. It's afternoon. I'm outside here working on stuff. What do we got? No converter. So there's a lot going on. There's always projects. You're like, Tim, how come you won't finish nothing? Tim, your beard's getting wild. Tim, why do you have Dana 60s sitting around? Tim, why are you taking Dana 60s out? It's all for a reason, okay? So this is a big setup. Everything has to go just right for the final products to all evolve into perfection. That's a Dana 60. Kingpin, king of the world axle type stuff right there. One of the most sought after axles ever known to man, other than the 78 to 79 Dana 60 that came in F250s and F350 Fords. But If you got one of those for a good price, I'm always your guy. But this axle is coming out. I've seen some memories of this truck just a year ago, and it was a running, driving truck. But this is all for a good reason. I promise you, this is what's going down. Forward axle is going under there. Trailing arm, coil over, coil spring setup, whatever we decide on that is going in. And a little bit less lift. It's got about 12 now. We want to end up somewhere between 7 and 8 inch lift. 35s on 20 semi wheels. I'm going to run similar setup, but I'll probably do a 22.5 by 12 in the front instead of the 14, because I'm not going to have as much lift on this truck. And I want to run this truck harder. This truck is going to be a go get 'em. So I do have a divorce 205 for a Ford drop. So things I can be doing, and I'm going to take the cab off this truck. Believe me. We're redoing it. There's things I can be doing. Core support needs finished before it rusts to the ground. We're pulling this 60 out today. The 60 needs to go in the barn, 6-inch springs mounted to it, and then the van's coming in. And then I can roll this Ford 60 under there, and I can start getting my game plan on that too. So that's what I'm doing. Hope you like a guy who just relentlessly works on stuff. I'm looking for customers. I'm just not always wanting to be working on mine. Money's tight, so we're just waiting on the right thing to come along. If you got something you want built, hit me up. We'll make room and make it happen. But for now, I'm going to work on my own stuff. So I wanted to film it before it happens. She's still editing. But 4 U-bolts and 2 brake lines and a steering arm. This 60 already has crossover steering. It's got new brakes. This stuff is just going to sit here and rust if I don't use it. This truck is going to be a while. This truck's getting a Cummins, 6-speed, all 4-wheel drive working, toolboxes, tools, everything you could think of to go retrieve other vehicles. So let's get started. 160 out, 160 in. 60 minutes. All right, I'm going to give you Tim's story time before we pull the Dana 60 Chevy Kingpin axle out for the last time. My son is almost 16. I've owned this truck since longer than he's been alive, which is rare. I never have ever kept anything. I like to buy and sell and flip, make a little money if you can. I've had this truck for sale a lot back in the day. Matter of fact, I think one time I had it for sale for $6,500 on 14 wide welds and boggers, pit bulls or something. Long story short, it's had a 4-inch lift, 3-inch body lift. It's had an 8-inch lift. It's had 8-inch lift remastered to a 10, trying to recapture that old look. Never got it. Redid that to a 12, which is now got it up to where I thought I wanted it. I did a trade for the 38.5 boggers that were on the back, which made me think that I needed to run them. So I did. I built the truck around the tires. Those tires are now on Dick Banjo. This truck was cool. It looked cool. It needs a paint job. So that's always been kind of my limiting factor on that, but it's going to get that. It's going to get everything all the way. We're going to take it all the way down, paint the dash, all the way back out. Make it a nice truck. Make it a capable truck, a tow rig, something you can hook a trailer to and go. Lower it down a little bit. It's got 8-inch rear springs. We'll probably leave, take the block out. It's got a Dana 70 410. This Ford is 373, so we'll fight and debate between which axle to change. Maybe the front, since I've already been into the back and it's got new brakes. Maybe we'll just clean the front up, put new axle joints in it and stuff. But I wanted to document this because I've had this truck. I'm 45. I've had this truck since I was in my 20s. So this is going to be the biggest, best one yet. Diesel power, trailer tower, no big block gasser anymore in that. I like big blocks, but I want to use this truck. I want to go out west, and I want to do it in this truck. So we're getting ready to get some equipment, roll that out, drag it over. Roll that over, it never stops. The big wheel keeps on turning. So I had to grab a camera and film it. That's the last time. Passenger side drop axle in that truck. Peace and grease. All right, we're back. It's after Christmas, but it's not. Are the holidays over?
I don't know.
They're not over. So we're back to work. We never stopped working. But we got a lot of different random stuff in here.
A lot of stuff.
Huh?
A lot of stuff happening.
Yeah, so this is the van front end. This come out of the blue truck. I took that out. I filmed some of that. See if we can squeeze it in. But this is Data 60. Come out big blue truck, single wheel. This is a really sought after front axle. This is going in the van. We got to clean these up, paint these. And then I got everything here to bolt them together. But that's what's going in the van. Everybody's chomping at the bit, wondering where the van project's going, coming, when it's going to happen. We're making moves. Making a lot of random different moves. Another thing I did was I wanted to make Dick Banjo dual rear drive. So I went and got two 14 bolts. So far, this one's junk. This is what the inside of that one looked like. The pinion's over there on the table. There's the gear. Not sure if we can salvage a carry around that. I don't know. We need 410 gears for Dick Banjo. This is 373. So that brings us to the other rear end, which is also 373. The reason I wanted to use 14 bolts is because I just love them. And they have this snout up here with 6 bolts if you want to build a bracket to hold something, a transfer case. There's meat there to hold off of instead of welding into cast. These are pretty, I don't know, sometimes I buy with my heart instead of my mind. I tell myself they're getting harder to find, but these could have probably been left where I found them. But I'm not going to let that deter me because I did pay money for them, so I'll use them. It's just a ring gear. So if I got them here, clean them all up, put a ring gear in it, we'll fix it. That's what we do. We fix stuff. This one's all stripped down. And I'm going to strip this one down real quick. I'm going to show you why. We got to get back in the groove. What are we going to do this year?
Lots of shows.
What's a good show?
I'm looking.
You been searching?
I mean, I don't want to do anything you've done before, really.
Well,
Besides Power Tour.
Power Tour is kind of like different every year, maybe.
Yeah.
So I got on us a little bit for safety here and there, but they didn't even know we never had rear brakes. So my plan was, they were plumb. We just didn't get around to bleeding the rears out. They had fluid and everything. They might have worked a little bit. So my plan with these axles is you can disc brake these axles real affordable. And this stuff is junk. So I'm gonna get this locking ring off. There's sockets for them. I don't use them. You ever done this?
No, but I heard you could use bread.
We're going to do that. We're going to go, maybe this video, we will do the bread challenge. I got another motor. Same exact scenario. I think it took 9 minutes to do that. See, these are all locked up. I don't know why. There's 2 nuts in there. We got to do a disclaimer. We don't know what we're doing from now on.
I guess.
I don't. If I knew what I was doing, I would have the socket. I've never needed it. There's a lot of tools that cost a lot of money, but I don't think you'd need them all. I do want that wrench set that guy was talking about. $3,000 wrench set. Been working on your truck a lot. Show them your truck. Not much left of it, is there?
No, just the bare frame.
When you came in, though, look, the other frame, I got a boxing plate made for it. All right, so we got the nuts off. There's a thrust washer in there. But how do we get it off? There's thrust washer. one don't want to come off. We've been down this road before. Brakes are rusted. Everything's rusted. How do you get it off? Well, we gotta beat these studs out. So maybe on the other one, I beat the studs out and reached in there and unbolted the backing plate. I don't feel like people want to necessarily watch stuff like this, but what else do you think? At least put the film. If you don't film stuff working on something. Show coming up we might go to. Where's that? Louisville?
Yeah,
You want to go to that?
I do.
Want to say good. Might be junk. I just barely screwed them on the other ones, but these were more rusty. You can see where it's been laying in the water. Now, might be able to reach in there to bolts. Bolts. I don't know if I can get to them out. Trying to get the drum off. Got us a good one here. A real good one. 0 for 2. Wow. Well, maybe I failed. Maybe all this is a failure. It's just rusty stuff. You can't get it apart. What's holding you? I wonder how long it's been since this one's been on the road.
Man.
It's just rust, it's just holding it together.
Yeah, you were making headway. I mean, it's moving.
Woo! Probably an emergency brake. Got a nice oil spill going. This is entirely too much work to put into a junk axle.
Whoa.
Dick shot!
Dang.
What in the hell is holding you? Everything. I've never really had this much trouble in taking one apart. I'm hell was holding it? Life? Is it just caught up in life? This is when you say, I'm gonna go out and do a simple brake job. It's all just caught. All the pads won't break for you. Can't take that out. That's what's holding it. There's the emergency brake cable. Never had that much trouble. Me neither. We just got to get a bigger hammer. It's throwing shit at the walls.
I know, I'm covering my eyes.
All that right there, can you believe it? That was intense right there, what? Simple brake job. That's what we were after. So now we got rid of the junk. Just gotta do one more side. You think this would be worse?
No.
Huh?
No.
Can't be any worse. Got bend a little retain, cut it down. I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, but who came up with the guy who came up with the bread idea must have been desperate. Like he had to get it out. And
Yeah.
he looked around.
Yeah.
And he just kept looking around and he couldn't find anything. And his wife was like, use some bread. He's like, there's no way that'll work. And then it worked.
You think it was his wife's idea?
I don't know how you would ever come up with that idea. It's like you gotta break the cement loose.
I think he's like a scientist maybe, and he understood what he needed to do to get it out of there.
Bread compression.
Well, something soft and air couldn't get through.
This is dumb. Are you still filming my frustration?
Yeah, right there, yeah.
These are rusty bastards. They're junk. Sometimes you buy junk. We know what's gonna happen. Gotta get daggone Jane Fonda with it. Physical. Alright, we're trying to get the hub off. Little pieces at a time. Never been off since whenever it was made. Could have been all the way back in '73. Yep.
There's cobwebs in that. Did you see it?
That's wild. Well, I guess This is the kind of shit you do on a fucking Friday night. Come on, there it goes. Oh, now we're cooking. Now we're finding a new way to fly. Or if Beatty's got their puzzle yet.
I don't know.
Probably waiting in customs. Okay, this should come right off now. I'm without tub of towels.
Yeah,
I'm at a shortage. How did we get such an oil leak?
it dumped right out.
Pick that lock. Damn it. Gotta be in good shape if we're going one tons. That's the only thing I can say about that. Alright. Now, let me explain the whole point of this. Alright, the reason we did all that is because obviously they was never going to work. And the money spent to fix all that is equal to the disc brake conversion, which is a set of $50 rough stuff brackets, and then you use the 85 K20 front brake caliper, available anywhere, pads. So you buy the bracket, you buy the caliper, you buy a new rotor, you take your rotor, you slide over and you pound them studs back in, you put it right back on. Your bracket goes here. So my plan was, before, my golden thought was 2 410 axles, strip them down like this, clean all that. Those bearings, you don't pack them. They oil themselves with 90 weight. It bathes itself constantly with 90 weight. So just clean them up, put the rotors on it, put it back together, put the nuts on it, put everything back, put the axles in it. Then you have a disc brake 1-ton rear axle.
All right.
Let's see this one laid in the ground. This is your pinion. See if the pinion turn. I don't know, man.
Probably not with your hand.
It's just so.
Yeah, it's crusty. Oh,
I think it's just mud, honestly.
okay. Yeah.
So these are good rear ends. That rear end's junk. This rear end's probably pretty good. A new gear and an install kit's like $400 minimum. So what I might do is definitely rebuild that one with a new gear and just make it newer and put that. So we're wanting to do these in Dick Banjo with the transfer case, feeding both rear axles. 6-wheel drive. What's the point of all this? I'm sorry you had to watch that. But I wanted to explain why we were doing it. I'll clean all these up, put it back together, that way it don't rust. As long as those are good. They're a little marked up. Over here's what we got going. When you came in, it was cloudy as hell. I went and bought 10 foot of this today, and this is what's left. I cut that piece. Look how good I cut that.
That looks real good.
So, this will weld into there. These are welded in, but that's not. Mm-hmm. So now this is 1/4 inch steel. I already got this piece in from here back. You're gonna have 1/4 inch steel frame. And keep watching this video because I'm gonna make cross members. We're gonna put this in. 4-wheel drive transmission transfer case. We're going to set that in there. We're going to take this out. That'll be what I'll be doing tomorrow. Saturday, finishing my boxing. I want to get my frame box here because I got to make a cross member for the transmission transfer case.
All right.
So one step after another. And then this will be the back This will fill in the back of the frame. Once we get everything plated back, then this will be the smooth back of it. Why are you yawning?
Stop calling me out on yawning. They don't know I'm yawning unless you
You're
say
right.
it.
Huh?
They don't know I'm yawning unless you say it. These
Well,
kids wear me out.
just being around them,
Yeah.
14-year-old butch.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll catch up tomorrow then.
Yep, back at it. Trash. We're standing in a pile of trash.
We actually are. Welcome back. It's Sunday morning. You're going to see this tonight. So,
Yep, everybody's been busy this time of year. We have too. We're just working on a lot of random stuff. You can see it all leads up to finished products. Can't finish the product if you don't have the pieces.
yep. We got some packages from some of you guys for Christmas. I left one up at the house because we used it this morning. Brian and Nikki, thank you for the mugs. They were so cute and are being used already. So, also, Ronnie Boykin addressed this to Tim Miller, so I'm going to let him show you what it is.
Yeah, Ronnie went through back surgery.
God love you, Ronnie. We're thinking of you and Amy.
He was thinking of us before back surgery.
I know. I can't believe that.
He made this.
Stuff for us. Awesome.
That's one of a kind.
Yes.
Look at that. Look at the detail in that.
So awesome. Love it.
That was just to protect it.
Yep.
Then he
These are
made-
so cool.
Then he made these.
We are going to have Ronnie make some keychains for the gift bags for our car show. Look how awesome those are. When you hold them up to the light, you can see like every detail. They are so awesome. So we're going to have keychains, and I'm going to have Ronnie do some keychains for us. This is how it's going to go.
If he wants.
If he wants. This is how it's going to go for the car show this year. We're not doing awards. Thank you. The first 100 vehicles to come in and register will get a gift bag full of unique gifts from Peace and Grease to show our appreciation.
Yeah, we're not doing awards this year.
Nope.
Awards make the winners feel like kings and the
And
losers
we
feel
love
like
everybody
crap.
that comes and supports us, and we loved every ride that was here last year. We can't wait to see everything that shows up this year. We've had so much more interest and so many people that have said that they're coming, so we're excited. If you're free in May 16th and 17th this year, come out, Waynesville, Ohio. Camp with us Friday night and Saturday night. It's going to be a good time. We're going to have food trucks. We've got entertainment from Sparky Brewer both days. He's a super fun guy. He will have so much fun with us. We're going to have a lot of cool stuff going on. So.
We got a lot of feedback after our last show. A lot of you guys are, I don't know if I should have went, or that probably won't be no fun, or
It
none of
was
that.
so much fun.
And then after the fact, people who didn't come would say, when they see you, they don't know what to say. So they'd be like, oh man, I didn't even know about your show, or I should have came. Well, now's your chance.
Yeah.
You got 5 months, which isn't very long. This time last year, we were already working on it.
Yeah.
We kind of know what to expect this time.
Yeah.
We had one vintage camper last
Yeah.
time, so
This is a camping event, guys. We want y'all
At
to
a
come
campground.
on Friday and camp. It's primitive camping, but we have shower houses, we have restrooms, we will have porta-johns, there will be food trucks on site, so it is going to be a great time. Come and have fun and check out some awesome cars. Bring your vintage campers.
the greatest store in Ohio is less than a mile away.
That's true.
So everything is available there. Propane, beer, firewood, gas, everything. We have a big, nice field. Last year it rained every
You can
minute.
just camp with your car,
It rained every minute up until the event.
and then it was beautiful all weekend.
Yeah, this is a rare show because most people tell you where you got to park and tell you what you got to do. We don't do that.
Nope, it's totally
We have a
relaxed.
big field. You could set up a camper. You could set up stuff for sale, and you can have your show vehicles
All together.
right there. If you have a business, bring in
Set up a
progress projects out, set them up. Tell people who you are. This is supposed to be a fair type atmosphere
Yeah.
of car people.
We just want like-minded people to come and show us what you've built and show us what you've got and enjoy meeting other people that do the same thing as you. So it's going to be a great weekend.
Yep, and it's we really don't. Our goal is just to make enough money to throw a good show. Which last year we lost money, so we're hoping for hoping to do better every year. Luckily, we're not renting a venue and stuff like that. It's right outside, and we can work on it at our own free time.
Yes.
Or which I don't know what that is, but that's why I'm working on so many different vehicles right now, and that's why I haven't started the van yet, because I don't want to spread the van out like the rest of them. The van's going to come in, get a front end put in it, and drive out within like 10 days. Hopefully, I can get that done. Boxing the frame on her truck, took the cab off. You seen that in this video. Why'd you take the cab off? You could have worked around it. Yeah, you could have, but it would have taken twice as long.
It wasn't even bolted down or anything, so it might as well come off and get it done right.
So we want this. We do work on a lot of our own stuff. We've been asking for customers. They're not knocking our door down, which is honestly okay.
Yeah.
The few jobs that we have been offered aren't exciting, and I don't want to make my hobby into something I don't like. We've been talking about like, what's 2025 going to do? And there's been some negativity this year, then sadness, like people you meet along the journey that you never knew before get sick or something happens. That's a kick right in the face. Like it's hard for.
It's real sad right now for a lot of people. So
So and then there's like at the end of the year, everything tapers off. So it's just like it's hard to stay. It's hard to stay like woo. And
we're trying, is what we're saying. There's
when we started this journey, I'm all into action. I always did some drag racing, some derby, and I've always done everything. But it seems like the last 18 months I haven't been able to do that because I've just been grinding away. Like we have enjoyed a lot of stuff, going to a lot of shows and stuff. But the whole point of the 8 Lug Thug was to raise hell, burn out, raise hell. We're going to do more of that this year. The C50, a lot of you are new to our channel and asking, what's the deal with that? What's the deal with that? That was one of the first things we built on YouTube, and we didn't know what we were doing. We're just a little bit better now, and the stuff that got shown probably wasn't presented in a great way, but it was what we were doing. We didn't know what we were doing, so we feel like we've come a long way, and we got over our 10,000 hump. That was big. That felt like a milestone. And then as soon as you get past the milestone, you set more milestones for yourself. So we got a lot of eyes on us this year. Somewhere since we started this, we've like 8 to 10 million views of some kind. YouTube, Facebook. We don't really, we probably hold ourselves back by not doing TikTok, but who's got time to lip sync? I don't. So that's just what we're doing. We do have a real loyal fan base, and it seems like you guys will stick with us through. I mean, I'm being honest. I wish we could provide kick-ass entertainment. I stumbled upon Church Boys, and those guys are smiling and flipping and ramping and playing pranks on each other. It's hard to do that in real life, and this is real. Like this is real. This is a guy YouTubing, making just enough money to survive, hoping the talent takes off. That's what we're doing. That's just a little explanation of where we're at on our channel.
We're not professionals. We never claim to be. We just are trying to share what we do. So
we question ourselves every video, and then there's times you don't want to do it anymore. Like that's honest. Like if anybody tells you that, I mean, I have we're small, but I have small channels reach out to me, friends that I've made doing this or who were in the same scene together. Even though one might live in Texas and one might live in California, you can communicate with people now through social media, right. and they want to quit too, and like I feel like I'm doing the same thing that like other channels. It don't matter what they do, they'll still get the same thousands and thousands and thousands of views. But if we do the same thing, we don't. So it's hard to work through that to be known. Now, I'm not sure how you get known. 8 or 10 million views don't do it. But our loyal fan base is helping with that. So we appreciate the people who buy shirts and stickers, who go out of their way to buy puzzles. We're just trying to throw something out there that people will want. We're talking about what can we sell, you know? So we're always trying to find a way to attract more people, younger people, women, trying to keep her involved. Just we're trying to have fun at it.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think that the limited resources limit the amount of fun you can have. So that's why I'm welding on one thing, because that don't really cost me nothing. And then that's why I'm taking a Dana 60 out of a truck that's not going to go anywhere in 2 years. So does it seem crazy? Yeah. Is it all going to work out? Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
YouTube positivity is all the people we've met, all the places we've been. We would have never even got to know who Brittany Anderson was and got to meet her and see her smile. And when she talked to you, she actually was interested in what you were saying. Like, so there's a lot of way more positives than negatives. We ain't doing it for the money is what we're getting.
Yeah.
So we do appreciate the gifts, people who stop what they're doing, people with more talent than us who just, they might like your personality or they might like your dedication or your drive or any of that.
So we appreciate you guys and all your support, and that's why we keep going, for the ones that do support us and have supported us from the beginning. So thank you so much, and we're gonna keep doing it.
There are also people that leave comments that say, you don't know what you're doing and stuff, but we haven't claimed that.
Yeah.
There's
We
nowhere,
never said we were pros.
I've nowhere.
This is just us. This is what we do.
Everything I do is up for interpretation. The grease in the pilot bearing, we're joking about the bread. We don't have no hard feelings with anybody.
Yeah, so.
But for somebody to leave comments and say you're a welfare or whatever, I mean, I've done 30 years in electric field. I'm far from anyone who's ever used anybody. Matter of fact, it's always been the other way around.
Yeah.
I've always been used for my talents. So I'm locked myself in my barn so me and her can take advantage of
And
our talents.
if you feel like you need to come here and say things like that, not knowing us in any way whatsoever, I found out you can get blocked. So
Yeah, we just block you.
you're welcome. You don't
Yeah.
get to join in anymore.
Yeah, you don't get to watch anymore.
I guess you could start a different profile and watch us. So if you are, good for you for being persistent, making sure you got in there.
So like, we don't want to be negative,
Ever.
but if we call somebody out, we catch heat for it. But you should catch some heat for calling people out too. Like,
Yeah.
I don't say nothing about nobody. And there was a lot of drama this past year. We will never be in a build-off. We will never be in a competition. We are in it for smiles. We built a car that puts smiles on people's face. I'm talking people from all walks of life. When they see Dick Banjo, they stand up and smile. That's more important than anything else. Like,
Yeah.
like
That was the
awards or magazines or like the whole group out there that want to snicker down their throats because at me or whatever. Like,
It's your loss.
I see you creeping me every day. You guys are creeping me. Every one of you are on my Facebook. Like, so we can all be friends. We're trying to be more positive going into 2025. This is
When you try to be like positive and you try to look at the bright side and be the, person that tries to look at things regardless of the situation in a better aspect, there's always going to be those people that try to turn it around because they feed off that negativity. So that's the scenario we faced.
even if you're trying to benefit a scene,
Right.
even if you know that maybe your popularity is rising and maybe your talent level is decent and maybe the scene that is dying. I'm gonna be honest with you right here, and we didn't even talk about our ending. This is just kind of a short video, so I just kind of went on. Like, we're not into any scene. We just like vintage things. We like to save vintage things.
Yeah, for sure.
So if we fix our van, we're not trying to save no van scene. There's been a van scene way before we come along. If we build a car that looks like a rat rod, we're not trying to infiltrate any scene.
No.
I'm just an independent guy. Everybody at the end of the year, they think of regrets and then things to change. And my regret was like the whole build off thing. I kind of took as like we're going to boost this. We're going to boost everything around this. I'm going to build something that no one can comprehend, and we're going to help the whole community. What happened was my music was too good. It was too good. I mean, I was Eruption, Eddie Van Halen. Like, people were like, that ain't no good, you know? That guy's no good. That guy, like, is a jerk or something. But, man, when we go to shows, we meet so many nice people, and everybody comes up and shakes your hand. There's never been a hater in public. And that's the thing that's great about getting out and seeing people and going to places, is those people who are sitting there typing, they ain't building nothing. Or they're just mad. I'm mad too. I got a lot of things to be mad about too, but I don't want it to overflow into my hobby. Right. This started out as a hobby. Electric work was my job, and I hated it. So I made a huge sacrifice. Like, for somebody to say like you're a loser or something, like, I mean, how many people is 45 years old that had a 30-year career? Like, there ain't very many people that like never changed their career in 30 years. So now I'm like flexing, like I'm having fun, and this is what we want to do. So that whole spiel is positivity moving forward.
Yeah, be positive.
You're not going to hear any negativity from me moving forward. Maybe if we go live, maybe sometimes negativity comes out because the creeps are always there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm happy. We're happy. We love the growth. 100,000 is our next goal. I'm not even worried about 50,000, 20,000. I'm worried about 100,000. I'm worried about meeting y'all and shaking your hands. And we probably hit 30 shows last year, maybe. I don't know. But so we're definitely going to be out there. We're definitely going to see you. We're trying to get a better tow rig to head farther. It's just, we're going through the same thing you guys are, man. Yeah. We got to feed family and live through life, and all this stuff is kind of secondary, but we're kind of trying to make it primary. So
that's the goal. So we're going to look forward to what comes next in 2025 and see you guys at lots of shows and keep creating over here.
Yep. Peace and Grease show.
Oh, I thought
drive your junk. Bring your cars to our show. Go to our website, Peace and Grease. Every dollar that you spend helps us. And if you support us, just a little bit of help is appreciated. We love it. It's enjoyable when somebody makes a purchase. Like, we're not selling so much merch that we lose track of who people are.
No.
She tells me every time, this person bought this.
And it's fun for me because, like, I get to see where they're all going. So, like, recently it was like Moab and Illinois, and we've had Nebraska, and like, I mean, just all these different places. So that's cool.
I'm just rambling. I was watching a channel the other day, and the guy's got a lot of stuff. He's got boggers and cars and lowriders and wagons. I'm going to get this wrong, but Montana Customs. I watch it, but I don't pay attention to the names. But I commented on his post, like, that's a very cool project. And he said, I watch your channel every week. And that's humbling to me. Like, I'm watching you, but you're watching me. And now we know. And that's humbling. I enjoy it. We're also looking for other channels that's in our area that wants to do something. Come to our show, work together, collaborate. Let's ram some cars in each other, do something. We're looking for more action.
Yeah.
I'm bored. I've just been welding nonstop for years. Now I'm bored.
Years.
Peace and Grease.
See you later.